Zoos, more harm caused than good. According to Mary Benbow's article, Death and Dying at the Zoo, published in 2004, the care and maintenance of elephants' feet have been problematic in zoos for many years. As you can see right here, you have Jumbo on the left, and Jumbo is usually the elephant that you associate most elephants with, because he was one of the first elephants in the circuses. And right here you have a picture of what happens to the elephant's feet when they aren't taken care of. They start diminishing, and eventually they just look like this. And it's pretty sad because elephants are born into the wild, and they take them away from their natural habitats, put them into zoos, and make them suffer like this. So imagine you being captured or something, and then you wake up into an enclosed environment. You don't recognize where you're at. You feel scared and alone. So imagine how these animals feel when they're taken away and they're put into these small little spaces, and people are just watching them every day. As stated as Mary Benbow in the article Death and Dying at the Zoo, published in 2004, considerable debate also continues to focus on the ethics of keeping wild animals in captivity and the effects on not only their physical well-being but also upon their physiological and emotional states. And today I hope to open your eyes to let you understand the true harm that zoos cause to animals. And to do this, we're going to look at how the natural environments of the animals are what should be safe for the freedom of the animals, and how being enclosed in displays at zoos put even more distress on animals, which can lead to abnormal behaviors. And lastly, how visitors going to see the animals in their displays are doing more harm than good without actually realizing it. First of all, the animals' natural habitats and environments are what should be saved, so that the animals can roam freely and there will not be limited space range given to them, as there would be in zoos. Animals would be able to naturally reproduce and survive with very few interventions from humans in their natural environment. Because when they're taken from their natural environment, they're put onto these kind of fixed breeding schedules that interrupt with their natural breeding, which in turn is not good for the animals. Take lions and tigers, for example. These beautiful wild animals, they roam around, they're natural hunters, and they need a massive amount of land, but they don't get that in zoos with the limited amount of space that they're in. How much longer will humans interfere with what is supposed to be nature and natural surroundings? As asked by Patty Clayton in her article, Ethics on the Ark, Zoo Animal Welfare and Wildlife Conservation, published in 2009, to what extent may we legitimately disrupt the lives of individual animals in the name of species preservation and conservation education? All that we're doing is taking animals out of their natural habitats, putting them into small little confined spaces, and saying, this is what you're going to live for the rest of your life. They have no freedom. They didn't have a choice either. And global warming is continuously destroying the habitats of animals native to the cold, such as polar bears and penguins, and human beings are to blame for polluting the world. And yes, zoos do provide a place for animals, and like it's a safe place where they won't be hunted or anything, but they destroy their families, their homes, and their natural way of life in their own environment. Each animal interacts with soil, air, water, and plants in its enclosures, such that enclosures act as environmental support systems. These sources become degraded, leading to inadequate environmental conditions for these captive species, as concluded by Dita Wickens in the article Zoo Animal Welfare, published in 2006. As we human beings are attempting to take wild animals out of the wild and place them into captivation to be observed, but who are we to interfere with their natural environment? And who are we to say, this is your life and that's what you have to do from now on? So what makes their lives any less important? You have a polar bear, and everything that separates them is just a glass from this human. So what's so different from a polar bear and a human? That a human gets to have freedom, and a polar bear, that's all they really know. And it's sad because you can see that the polar bear is just puzzled, like, why does this human get to live their free life, and why am I just enclosed here with people watching me every day? Secondly, being enclosed in displays may not give sufficient room for a species, which in turn causes various forms of distress, according to Emma Marys in her article, Animal Rights Terror Law Challenge, published in 2010. As stated by Lucy Burkett and Nicholas Newton Fisher in their articles, How Abnormal is the Behavior of Captive Zoo-Living Chimpanzees, published in 2011, The behaviors of any wildlife species are the result of a long-term and natural selection and adaptation to special environments. So when you pull an animal from their natural environment and you place them somewhere else, they're going to freak out regardless of what's there or what other animals are there. Because once an animal is put into the zoo, they're essentially dead and stripped of their freedom from their natural life. Distress causes the animals to act in ways that they normally wouldn't. And when these behaviors develop in zoos, that's what makes them abnormal behaviors, because it wouldn't happen in their natural life, in their natural environment. And as stated by Lucy Burkett and Nicholas Newton Fisher in their article, How Abnormal is the Behavior of Captive Zoo-Living Chimpanzees, published in 2011, zoos play into their abnormal behaviors because in the wild, chimpanzees have a fluid social structure in which individuals are free to choose their associates, mates, and ranging areas while in zoos. The chimps have little opportunity to do any of these things while put in captivity in zoos. And that's true because chimpanzees, they're usually bouncing off trees and limbs and everything, but they have limited amount of other monkeys there with them or other chimpanzees there with them. And when this happens, they become less social and eventually they could fall into depression or isolation. Abnormal behavior may indicate psychological suffering. Along with abnormal behaviors, animals can fall into depression or very high levels of aggression from being in captivity and under that stress. Captivity is a form of cruelty, and the animals in captivity are being severely deprived mentally and physically, as stated by Zaki Zammer in the article The Welfare-Based Defense of Zoos, published in 2007. And when these animals suffer like this, they really don't know what to do or anything, because it's not like they have a voice to be heard. They just kind of sit there and have to suffer until they die in the zoo when they had no say in this. And furthermore, the people and the caregivers at the zoos sometimes do more harm than good without actually realizing it. As Mary Bimbo said in the article Death and Dying at the Zoo, published in 2004, the array of potential causes of death in zoos include a variety of hazards and causes, not all of which are present in the wild. Some animals are prone to diseases not normally found in their wild habitats, including human-borne diseases such as tuberculosis. So animals, when they're placed into zoos, they're exposed to human diseases. And most of the time we're like, animals are going to give us diseases, but that's not the case when it's in the zoo. Because humans are coming in and out, and there's animals being brought in and out. So there's a variety of germs there, and zoos are just places that are infested with these germs from all the visitors and the animals continuously exposed to them. And humans are contributing to the death of these animals. And primates are the animals that are most prone to developing abnormal behaviors when exposed to visitors. And the presence of certain types of abnormal animal behaviors is used as stress indicator and proves the point that visitors crowding around an exhibit at a zoo will upset the animals and cause them to be very uneasy when it comes to their well-being. And primates are closely related to humans, but humans don't realize this, and we kind of just see them as they're another animal. And we share 97% of his DNA, but we've destroyed 80% of his habitat, and now he's the one paying the price, being locked up in zoos because of what we've done. And so, this really makes you think, because think about it, there's only 3% of that DNA that's not in us. And that's like another human being being in the zoo, but we're not thinking of that. We're just looking at the monkey as something cute or something interesting to look at. And the size of animal species can actually contribute to the effect that visitors have on them. For example, smaller species can be frightened because they can view visitors as potential predators because of their larger in size than them. And larger animals can sometimes be less likely to respond to visitors like this because the company doesn't really threaten them. But according to Garrett Davey and Visitors' Effects on the Welfare of Animals in the Zoo, a review published in 2007, the larger animals are more likely to show offensive threats and aggression. So the animals will then freak out, and the visitors there are going to freak out, and it's just going to be a big mess. So in the end, there really is no exception for zoos because they're making animals suffer, and at the same time, it could cause stress on the people there also. And here you see 4 polar bears in an isolated little area, but normally in their polar region, they have miles and miles to explore and everything. And here you have about like 200, 300 people observing them. So it really does matter how many people are there observing them, because it will affect the way they react to you, and also what they may or may not do. Most of the time we go to the zoo to see them swim, but this could affect why they don't swim, because they're scared there might be too many people, they just don't feel comfortable being seen. And zoos are just prisons because they put too much stress on animals. They take them away from their natural lives, and they keep them isolated pretty much from others in their natural environment. And these animals do develop abnormal behaviors, and sometimes they're not intentionally caused, but they do happen. And zoos are cruelty at its finest and should be shut down immediately. The world can be changed, it only takes time, but everyone needs to contribute before the time runs out for all the different species worldwide. So say no to zoos, and hopefully this changes the way you guys view zoos.